Oh no, OG, this is the last Curse of Strahd episode to be uploaded on this channel! Oh wait, it's okay though, because all future episodes will be uploaded to my new channel, Chronically Overconfident. Oh, but wait, this is your last chance to subscribe to the new channel, oh no! Well, I guess it's not really your last chance. I mean, the channel will still be there, but this is your last reminder! Oh, also, just a heads up, we all decided to dress up as our characters in this episode, so that's fun. Alright, enjoy the episode!
As the Drugonauts prepared for the night in the dim light of the smoldering windmill, Sithrin, Will, and Droog discovered a trail leading to a small clearing in the surrounding woods. Large stones stood in a circular pattern, echoing the magical ley lines the trio could sense beneath the soil. Sprinkled around the clearing were bones, twigs, and other ritual items that seemed to disrupt the latent energy of the area. Sithrin took it upon himself to destroy these magical disturbances, alleviating the obstruction of the land, if only for a time. Uncertain of any more they could do to help, the three returned to camp, their minds distracted by tomorrow's dinner plans with Strahd himself.
Oh my god. Did you make that, or did you just find the actual perfect Droog mask?
She got a mask and painted it.
Yeah. I actually love it so much.
That's what Droog looks like. That's Droog right there.
He stares at us with unblinking frog eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unblinking frog eyes.
Isaac, where's your costume?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like my costume? It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I think you have the best out of all of us, frankly. And the level of detail.
Yep.
The level of detail.
It's funny though, because I'm not sure how many of you forgot, but I remembered and I didn't even make one, but I'm pretty sure multiple of you forgot it.
I didn't forget.
I forgot, but I think I've nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am doing a thing right now.
Okay. I'm excited.
I remembered
tape.
this afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically what I was expecting.
And I legitimately cut myself while doing it, so it
my
does
God.
have blood on it.
So
it
you're
is
really getting into
appropriate.
character.
Yes.
I hear spray paint. I'm looking
That's
forward to this.
commitment.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Fuck. All right, here we go.
I'm thrilled.
Oh my god!
Yes! That's
Oh my
so,
gosh.
so good. I'm so happy.
I love it.
Perfect!
All right. You have gotten out of the carriage. The drawbridge has slammed down. Looking up, you see Castle Ravenloft. Like a colossal predatory bird, it sits, surveying all the land around for prey to snatch up into its foul nest. You cannot help but think just how many doomed adventurers have stood here before you, looking up at the unassailable fortress of the man who would slowly unravel them before ultimately casting them from this mortal coil into eternal imprisonment within his domain of dread.
Don't like that.
What do you do?
Oh.
Well, let's say we
Well,
knock on the front door.
TNT.
Yes, baby, what is
Suppose
it?
we should enter.
Yes, let's
Cross.
cautiously walk forwards along the drawbridge.
All right. The drawbridge, by the way, looks a little on the rickety side.
Well, then let's send the heaviest person across first.
Well, hey, that's a bit rude.
Well,
Pretty
it
sure
shouldn't be
that's
rude
Brunjorn.
to you because it's me.
I'm saying it's rude to you.
I like being really, really heavy.
Oh,
It's advantageous.
Yo,
Okay, it's fine,
right.
guys.
Are you
I'll
stepping
jump
out
on
onto
it.
the bridge?
I'm jumping on it now.
Well, hold on, no.
don't tempt fate.
First he thought
See,
he
it's all
walked
good.
across.
Yeah, I walked across already.
Okay.
I I'm in Astral.
You successfully walk across the drawbridge.
Does it look
Well,
like
if it
it's
can
more rickety?
If it can support me, then it should
No.
be able to support the rest of you.
Although there were some odd creaks at certain places along.
I'll follow next, as I'm probably one of the next heaviest.
Okay.
I think we should send Will after this.
I feel like we're doing this in reverse order.
I'll have you know, a 8-foot tall behemoth of a man just walked over the bridge and is totally fine. Like, I know it's easy to forget, but my character is just ginormous. So if I made it across, you guys should be fine.
Sithrin makes it across successfully. Some of the old boards creak ominously underfoot.
I want to go next. I go next.
All right.
I would like to go after that.
Okay.
Oh no, he's rolling. He's rolling. You're all dead.
You all make it across the bridge successfully. I'm assuming Ulaira goes as well.
Yeah.
In front of you, thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's main doors. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its open frame.
I guess the only option is to go in. Do we knock on the door?
We're going into Bowser's castle, guys.
As you approach the doors, you see them crack and swing open, revealing a
Woman!
very young-looking woman wearing a strange metal mask.
Oh.
Her eyes glow a dull red. She smiles at you, and you see two sharp fangs poking out from underneath the mask.
Nope.
Well, I don't mind saying this is unsettling.
Yes.
Do you represent Strahd?
Do I? He said you were coming. I wanted to get a good look at you myself. And I must say, she puts her hand on her hip and assumes like an exaggerated pose, you all look delicious.
Nope.
I
I
stare
don't
at
like
her.
it.
I'm gonna glare at her.
She
Yeah.
stares at you with wide eyes, leaning at you with an exaggerated posture. After a moment, she begins to chuckle to herself.
Brunjorn, she's far too old for you.
Oh, don't be so serious. I'm probably just kidding, right? I mean, he did invite you for dinner. Who knows? Maybe one of you will be mine. We'll just have to see how things go. Anyways, you're not scared to come in, are
I
you?
don't care for your fabricated pleasantries.
You're all so big and strong. I'm sure you have nothing to be afraid of.
Is this show going on any longer?
Show. I'm here to say hello. Are you going to come in? Or are you going to
Hello.
keep standing out there in the
Yes.
Well,
take us
we
to the
have
main
to come
chamber.
in.
Please.
I'll come in.
Well, come. You walk into a short hallway with a 30-foot ceiling, vaulted. 4 stone dragons perch atop tall pillars near the top, draped in cobwebs. As you step in, she walks to the other side and opens another set of large doors. These ones made of brass.
I want to look at one of the dragons.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna just look at it, look it straight in the eyes, and get a read on it.
I don't know what you're trying to.
Just see if there's something like weird about him, you know?
Yeah, but what? Okay, I mean, roll Arcana.
Gargoyle.
It is a 6.
It's a stone dragon.
It's a
Continue
dragon.
to stare at it in its eyes with unblinking frog eyes.
Exactly what you do.
This music is terrifying. I don't like it.
She leads you into a much larger hall. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of closed bronze doors, with organ music coming from within.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
That's Strahd playing.
It is.
Yeah, and that's, by the way, coming from this way.
Well, I
can see
think
And
Where's
yeah,
that
you
is-
can move yourself up.
Which direction is she making us go?
She's just led you in. You're all still standing behind her. I'm just explaining what's going on. Valenta cups both of her hands around her mouth and takes a deep breath, preparing to shout something. Before she is able to, however,
My
a
nerves.
soft voice comes from the stairs. Valenta, please. Maintain a modicum of decorum if you are capable of doing so. You turn to see a dusk elf descending gracefully, his footfalls making no sound. He wears armor similar to that of the other dusk elves, as well as a fine fur-lined cloak. He bears a large, ugly scar across his forehead. Valenta rolls her eyes at him. You take the fun out of everything. The elf responds, your fun almost always ends with a horrible mess. I wouldn't want to spoil our guests' appetites, especially after they have come so far in an act of goodwill. Valenta scoffs. She walks up the stairs past the elf, who is staring intently at all of you. As she passes him, he stops her and whispers something in her ear. After a brief exchange, she continues up the stairs and disappears around the corner. And the elf continues down the stairs towards all of you. Allow me to welcome you to Castle Ravenloft, home of Count Strahd von Zarevich. I am Rahadin, his humble servant. I trust you found the journey here pleasantly uneventful.
Depends on where we
More or
start.
less.
More or less.
Every time we were heading towards the castle, at least.
That is the idea. I believe this was made clear to you, yes?
I actually
Yes.
can't remember.
It was. Spot. Pausing my epic music.
I was about to ask him about the dark skulls, but I can't formulate a sentence. What do you know of the Dusk Elves near Vallaki?
Many things. If you are done with your questions, I will lead you to a chamber where you can wait until final preparations are made.
Your descriptive information knows no bounds.
I am not here to narrate everything to you. I am here to serve my Lord Strahd.
Many things. Anyway.
All right. He leads you in the direction of the organ music, and then into a small hallway, which leads to a spiraling stone staircase. The organ music begins to diminish in volume as you head up, and up, and up, and up. You estimate that you've gone about up to maybe like 200 feet high
Whoa.
A lot of feet.
up into the tower. He leads you up here, up to the a room in the tower, There's a small landing here, and on the landing there is a fine rug, and on the wall there is hanging a portrait of it's Strahd, and he's wearing some very fine red metal armor
Ooh.
in a pose. I have a picture of the portrait here. That's hanging on the wall.
I'm gonna steal that fucking armor.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. He opens the door off of the landing, and leads you into you can all walk in there, a kind of a lounge. And in this lounge, there is a pale, young-looking man sitting on the couch, lounging on the couch, rather. There's a bookshelf along the wall. Let me just pull up the description here. That is...
You should get some sunlight.
He hisses.
And I said that entirely sincerely. I was not joking.
Okay. 3 ornate lanterns hang by chains from beams at the top of this lounge, each casting a dim glow. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel latticework. A bookcase sits in the east wall between 2 doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. The fabric has faded with age, and the patterns it depicts are nearly gone. Lounging on one couch is a handsome young man whose attire, while elegant, is worn and faded. Upon entering, Rahadin addresses him and says, "Escher, would you look after our guests while we finish the preparations for dinner downstairs?" And the young man lounging on the couch says, Yes, I will. Thank you for bringing them to me. No, never mind. I'll look after them for you. Will I be joining you all for dinner? And Rahadin says, "That is yet to be seen. I will call up when we are ready. Well, I come fetch you when we are ready." And then he leaves and closes the door.
What's the matter? In the doghouse?
Oh. Oh no.
Rude.
Do you make a habit of addressing people you have just met in such a fashion?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
Big
he really
boy.
does. We do apologize for him.
I don't.
Sounds like
Big
you've
boy.
gotten on the wrong side of the authority. And
You have no idea what goes on here in the castle.
What does go on here?
I have, well,
Many things. Well, tell me about yourselves. I've only heard bits and pieces from the chatter. I've heard that you have been rather a long time in coming to this dinner. Is that true?
ask my companions about that.
Well, yes.
What kept you?
Interrupt.
We ran into some unfortunate situations that
we
were
got
not-
lost on the way. Yeah, it's a bit troubling.
For 2 weeks.
How did
Yes,
you
for
get
2
lost?
weeks.
It's one road.
In this little place, back street hamlet. It's called Valaki.
Valaki. You got lost in Valaki. The town is
they had
barely
us
big
going
enough
around
to
in
fit.
circles.
You kept going around in circles.
Wow, bureaucratic circles.
Bureaucratic. Local politics. Don't get me started on those.
Oh, is there a political scheme or political landscape here in this castle that you can speak of?
No? What do you mean by that?
What do you know of politics? You look like you barely even leave the place.
What do you know about me? Why are you so aggressive with me?
I'm just confused.
He's just rude.
Can I feel your muscles? They are very defined.
No.
I lean forward and offer him mine.
He reaches forward and caresses your bicep gently, and then massages your pec. He says, very nice.
Gay.
I am
Thank you.
genuinely curious, however. What other politics on the riddle the landscape?
I'm just making conversation. Don't read
No,
so
no,
far
no.
into everything.
I'm not reading. I actually want to know about the politics of the landscape. Genuine question.
The politics of the landscape. I don't bother myself with those.
You
Oh my
want to
God.
feel my pecs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should touch his pecs. They're pretty impressive, actually. They're just hidden.
I'm all right.
I wouldn't.
I do not suggest
Is he
it.
trying to trick me into something?
No. Well,
Only the
I don't
strong
think
can
that's
touch.
true.
worth feeling.
Honestly.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't swing that way.
Wait.
Frog.
Wait, Rachel's not got her mask on anymore.
Yeah,
She's
you
no longer-
can't
Yeah,
hear
I mean,
me.
you can't hear her through it.
Okay.
Understandable.
I have questions. So, what news from out in the lands of Barovia?
Well,
what are the recent developments? The local politics, as you say.
there was Kretsk. We visited first. Didn't get very involved there. But then when we went to Valaki, well, there was a bit of a power struggle.
Kretsk, is that abbot still in the abbey there?
Yes, he's
Yeah. Bit
quite
of a
cringe.
Quite cringe.
I cringe at the thought of his machinations.
Still working on that gift for Strahd he has.
His experiments are interesting, to say the least.
They are that.
Worrying.
They are that. Yes, very much so. We have one of his beneficiaries around the castle somewhere. I try to avoid him. He's rather unpleasant. Mostly does menial labor, keeps the dungeons clean, you know?
What do you do?
I'm doing it.
You're lazy.
Wait, your beneficiary is? Are you speaking of like a golem, or a flesh golem, or like an ambassador or liaison? I'm a little confused.
You know, the awful
Yes.
people that he has, you know, the animal parts and such, yes. His name, I think he's Cyrus, but I'll have to double check briefly because I forgot.
You gave him names.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a human. Yeah, it's Cyrus. Cyrus Bellevue.
I feel like names are kind of a thing.
I mean, everyone has. What do you have names? I haven't learned your names yet. What are your? I'm Escher, as you know.
I'm Sithrin.
Sithrin.
Lime.
Ah,
Yes.
I'm Grudik.
What?
Rudik.
But what?
No. I'm Brunjorn.
Brunjorn.
Dawnbreaker.
Dawn.
Laga.
You break the dawn.
The dawn breaks before me each morning.
Oh, we'll see about that. How's that been going for you recently?
It's there whether or not you like to admit it. Your clouds can only hide it. It still exists regardless of your influence.
If you say so. And you, young frog person? I don't know if you're young. I've never met one of you before.
I am at a wonderful age, and my name is Druglopsnitzflig Nupkits Coop,
Can I call you Coop for short?
if you may.
Coop. All right. And you,
I
the
didn't know that
lovely
was your
elf.
full name, Drew.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It's
I
a very
am
royal
Enya.
name.
Enya.
Drew
Enya.
doesn't matter.
You look fascinating. Are you a dusk elf? Like Rahadin?
It's a long story,
Oh, don't
Would-
get me started.
but yes,
All right.
theoretically.
And you, behind the helmet, in the armor, do you ever take that off?
No.
All right. that's how you want to live your life, I suppose.
My name is Will Taggart.
Will Taggart. You look like a fierce one. Those are some interesting scars. You mind if I touch them?
I gesture my arm forward.
He feels at some of your more ugly scars. He says, "These are definitely not healing, right? You might have cause to be concerned about this."
Oh, don't mind
There's
that.
no-
It's just
no
infected.
Infected.
What? They're not infected.
They're not infected.
Not infected. Oh, okay. Just between you and me. No one else listening. No one through the walls or anything. What do you think of Barovia?
For some reason, I don't believe that no one else is listening.
I mean,
like,
you can
feel
check
like
if
there's
you
someone
want.
listening to the wall.
I mean,
Might
it's
be a
I'm
baited
listening,
question.
but you can check. I mean, there's a here, and he walks over and he opens the door over here, and he's like, "There's just a bedroom in here."
I'll
Guest
be
bedroom.
honest. It could do with a little more sunlight.
More sunlight.
It's a bit dreary,
that-
you know?
I mean, that makes sense for you, Dawnbreaker.
I suppose it makes sense for anyone who wants to have a complexion less pallid than yours.
I mean,
I wouldn't be speaking
It
of
is
my
a
own
bit
complexion.
gloomy.
You are gray, you realize.
I am perfectly naturally skin toned for my. You, however,
And I am
believe
perfectly
me not.
naturally skin toned from my kind.
I'd rather just watch this play out.
Very much.
I suppose that's true.
He just gives in.
No more arguments.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be mean.
Mean. Oh, I'm sure I could take it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Try me.
Your face is
I haven't really
weird.
got much.
If you say so.
Yeah, I think we got that point
This
across
guy's
already.
I know whose opinion actually matters here. And it's not yours.
Let me guess. It's the great and wonderful benevolent Master Strahd.
Who else? Have you met him before? I mean, obviously he invited you here, but how did that go? I didn't.
I pull on
Yeah,
my gauntlet to show him my
We had
hand.
to
Human.
prove ourselves.
You proved yourselves.
So nice. So great.
We had a bit of a meeting.
He looks a little closer at your hand. He says, "You've displeased him, I see. He doesn't do that very often, only for those who he really dislikes.
Yes,
I'd be careful if I were you."
I think our opinions on daylight in the realm are a bit at odds.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
I told
I'm
him I
looking
would
to
kick his
give it-
ass.
And
And
how
kick
did he?
mine.
Yes, yeah. That usually happens. Do you know how many of you, your kind, you lot, have come through here telling him just that?
You lot?
But a
You
few,
lot?
I
What do you
imagine.
mean, you lot?
I mean,
Who are
you
talking
lot.
about? No, I'm kidding.
I bet there's never been a grung
Adventurers?
like me before.
Okay, I can say that in as long as I've been here, I haven't seen one like you. But
And there
I
you
mean,
have it.
you're a frog, so
That's what separates us from the chaff.
Not just a
the
frog.
frog.
Frog-like friend. He's a secret weapon, as some like to call
Secret.
it.
I'm gonna
sure.
surreptitiously use magic awareness really quick.
Okay. Let me check some things. You get a faint necromantic glow from Escher, but there doesn't seem to be anything else in this room that is overtly magical.
Oh dear, Escher, I believe you're dead.
Sir, I regret to inform you, you may be dead.
How long have you been here in Strahd's employ?
Yeah.
Oh, a few. How long has it been now? Maybe 80 years? Maybe a little longer. I don't keep track of time too much.
80 years and you still look like that?
Oh, well, you see, I'm a vampire, and he shows you his fangs.
Oh.
I would
Strahd
hardly-
turned me ages ago when he took a fancy to me.
Have you ever eaten a lokatha?
A what?
A lokatha.
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
even know what you're talking
What is
about.
that, Drew?
It's nothing.
I have no idea what that is. So I don't even know if I would eat it.
I just want to know what it's like.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I wish you well in that. I don't know if there are any here, and I don't see you leaving anytime soon. So sorry.
Are you talking about locusts?
No,
You want to eat locusts?
it's a fish person.
You want to eat a fish person?
You want to eat a
I
person?
wouldn't
Oh, it's a
actually.
person.
I just was curious.
Well, I ate fish
Academic.
before, and I've eaten people now. So I've eaten 2 parts of it.
It's not the
Do
same.
you,
Who has?
do you really consume the bodies physically, or are you just sucking the blood like a spider?
Oh no, we just drink the blood.
It's not really eating them, and then is it? You're not.
Well, except for
consuming-
Valenta sometimes gets a bit carried away.
Oh yeah, I saw a bit on her gums.
Oh yes, yes. It's unpleasant to say. I don't know what Strahd likes about her. I think it's.
She's rather unnerving, to say the least.
She's the most recent of his consorts here. One of the brides, actually, which is a bit more. Yeah, and
One of you
prestigious,
say?
you could say. His brides, his 3 brides.
Oh.
Oh, he only has 3 of them?
Yeah, well, at the moment, yes.
Yeah,
They
he
come and
tried to
go.
make me a 4th.
Oh, well, congratulations. Did you accept?
Oh, fuck no. I mean, no.
Oh, all right. Well, that's quite the response. He doesn't offer that to just anyone. I suppose it's probably because you're an elf and young. He's got a thing for elves.
She's
I'm
hiding her
basically
desire.
a child.
Well, we're monsters. We eat
Strahd
shit
is a
from time to
pedophile.
time.
Strahd is based, yeah, he's got
Yeah.
some slightly pedo tendencies.
I
I'll
think
say
you'll
that.
find that that's one of the least of your concerns about him.
I imagine
Lovely.
so.
But, I mean, being bad is so much fun. You might find yourself enjoying well, you might enjoy yourself. I don't know.
I'm sitting next to him and I turn and just stare at him.
he notices after a moment and like looks back. What? Are you going to fight me?
I'd be careful with those. I mean, he might just.
Well, you can sure try.
I take out my froggy switchblade and I just start playing with it, and I'm trying to be menacing. But, you know,
Okay.
I'm trying.
Roll
Now-
intimidation, which you're actually proficient in.
How
No,
often
I'm
are
not,
you?
actually.
Oh, you just have a decent modifier. Yeah.
How often do you
She got a 23.
You
Nat
got a
20.
That
Oh
is
my-
fantastic.
All right, so Drew, he pulls out his switchblade and he just gives him eyes and he goes, "Ching," and pulls like a perfect like butterfly flip and then
Yes.
throws it into the table
Yes.
and sticks it.
Oh my goodness.
Unfortunately, as much as that was an
I know.
impressive display, Escher just looks at you and it doesn't seem to be particularly intimidated. He says, "Well, you're handy with that thing."
I raise my eyebrows at him.
I clap for Droog.
I also applaud.
Escher joins in clapping. He says, "Yes, excellent display.
I bow.
I don't see you posing much of a threat to me, though, if that was what you were trying to imply."
Secret weapon.
Secret weapon.
So-
Very secret.
You're
If I
here to
don't-
visit
if
or to attend to the guests, right?
I'm here to do whatever I please. I'm currently attending to you.
You
Yes.
enjoy this.
I don't like you're here to do whatever you please. Just my opinion.
What do you think I'm here to do, then?
I
Okay,
don't
Mr.
know.
Not allowed to dinner.
But yeah, you,
I seem to think that there's one difference between you
I
and a
asked
lot
if
of us.
I'd be joining you for dinner. That doesn't mean I'm not allowed to come to dinner.
And you
You're
had
reading
to ask
too much
him
into this.
as if it was up to him whether or not the decision would be made.
I thought
you would
being
automatically-
evil
Well, of
would be
course
so
it's up
much
to him.
fun.
Well, I'm more getting to the point. How much involvement do you have in the castle? Do you know how often, or what kind of enforcement you use
What-
on
what-
the people of
What
Strahd?
kind of question is that?
I genuinely
I
lift
will
up my helmet and
How
like
often-
give Brunjorn a look.
Oh, there's lots of enforcement.
What
I
I'm getting
tell
at
you.
is how often do you check up on the people inside your domain? What kind of surveillance?
Me personally, I don't do
No,
anything
no, the castle.
in the
Bjorn
castle
Castle.
is
specifically.
asking a dumb question that should not be asked.
It's not a dumb
Brunjorn.
question. This is very.
We are
interesting question.
guests here.
I suppose I am obliged to tell you that as a vampire made by Strahd, I am bound to follow his commands. And so even if I wanted to, I would not be able to act against him if he had given me commands not to.
That makes
So-
sense.
So yeah.
So is
that's,
there anything that you want to do, but you cannot?
Not at the moment, no.
Has
I
there
do
been?
what I please. What line of questioning is
Okay,
this?
what I was wondering and never got answered was how often does Strahd like show up in like certain cities around? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, whenever he wants to.
Because
I'm
I mean,
not-
is it,
If you're trying to get information out of me to use against
No,
him, you're going to
I'm-
be disappointed. I'm not
I'm
going to
more
tell you.
interested in the logistics of the landscape and how Strahd keeps, keeps up appearances.
That sounds exactly like information he wouldn't want me to tell you, so sorry.
If you feel it's private information, that's fine.
It's not about what I
Brunjorn.
feel, it's about what he feels.
Brunjorn, you're being rude.
How
I
is
can
it? I'm
see
literally
now how
rude.
I really can see now why you got that brand of yours from
I'm
him.
being the least rude that I have been so far. And like, it's an honest question, and now I'm being called rude. Of all the times that I've said all this stuff so far, now I'm being called rude for asking a simple question.
He's actually saying this in character.
Yeah, he's like
Well, that would be
upset.
rude.
Yeah, I like it.
I shake my head as if I
Escher
know.
says, "Well, I never said you were being rude. I
I'm
simply said that
not.
I couldn't answer your questions,
I'm
and that I
talking
can
to my
see."
party.
I mean, Strahd doesn't like repeating himself, and clearly he had to repeat himself several times to you. Is that the
Actually-
case? Is that what happened?
No, actually, I don't. I
Yes.
don't remember him repeating himself at all. What I
You were
remember is
there. You remember
yes,
this?
I was there.
He cast. Well, her witness is pretty poor because she had a spell cast on her that disallowed her from saying. Well, basically, it's the same thing.
Oh,
you
that's
have
not a
now.
spell. He can just do that.
Yeah,
Whenever
and
he
she
wants.
she basically couldn't
You
say no to any
being a
of his.
little rude.
See,
She couldn't
she
say no to
knows.
any of his whims. So
That doesn't mean I didn't know what was happening.
well, anyway, I was about to say, so basically, I wasn't really going to start the story off with basically, but anyway, he came to us as we were leaving a certain place, and I remember him speaking very much about certain things that I don't really care about or remember at all, and then he got a little upset because oh, that's right, oh, what did I say to him? I said something like, well, quite pointed, and I think he was a little offended at my call to logic, and it rather upset him. I didn't really have to. He didn't have to repeat himself. He just didn't like the sort of rhetoric I was spreading. Let's say.
I think I see exactly what you mean.
And he takes a special disliking to me, just simply
Yes.
because I serve the sun.
Well, I mean, obviously. Again, obviously.
Yeah.
That's just what he does. He's gone to great lengths to keep the sun out of this realm. Well, not so great.
How
I mean, it's
does he
actually
do
pretty
that?
easy. He is the land. He has complete control over such things as the weather. You ever noticed how he is often punctuated by dramatic lightning? He has a flair for the dramatic.
No, not really.
I
Well,
gathered that.
Just wait. Just wait.
Is,
He'll
is-
use it.
is lightning going to come cracking down through the ceiling while we're eating dinner?
Who knows? I'm sure he does.
Oh,
But
bet.
he can also reshape the land if he wishes. Redirect rivers, destroy mountains.
Could he make more of it
Is-
a swampland?
Oh, he's done that already.
Mm-hmm.
Is he truly the land, as you say? Like, it's him.
Yeah, yes. He has complete. It beckons
how-
to his very every whim.
How does that? I smell something burning. How does that connect? Hold on, I have to go figure out what that is.
Okay.
Well,
Hello, Lindsay.
Lindsay, do you put your costume on, Rachel?
Oh, hold on.
Central
Hi.
heating. It was the central heating. Okay.
Ah.
Lindsay, do
Where
you
was
like
I?
her costumes?
Love them. Seen the
Wait for
costumes
Rachel.
in my life.
Yeah.
Rachel's is the best.
Ethan sent me a photo. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god.
I was
Right.
sad to hear you had to work late, but I think it ended up not being too big a deal for
Okay.
as far as like your experience.
Liar's dead!
Ulaira died, yeah.
Oh, well, great. Okay, bye. Would you like to see my costume, though? I
We
worked
would-
really
Yes.
hard on it in the 5 minutes that I've been home.
Love to see your
That
costume.
was me. I literally like got
Yeah,
up
Aiden.
and I was like, I made this in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Excellent.
Blue. It's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I swear this is blue, not gray, but I have one blue eyeshadow, so that's it.
It works. It works. What's your name? You seemed distracted earlier, so I didn't ask.
That was very kind of you. My name's Ulaira.
Lyra. Nice. I like your hair. It's very floaty. How are you? How are you, Blue? If you don't mind me asking, I don't think I've met
the same
a
thing.
blue person before.
That's pretty rude. So
I feel like that's a little rude.
I mean, you didn't hear Brunjorn earlier asking me about the color of my skin.
And then
Saying I need to get more
Escher here
sun.
asked me about the color of my skin.
Well,
and I
it's
was
only
honestly-
because you were asking me about the color
No,
of mine.
I
Are we
had
turning
to-
this into a race thing?
I
all
take
of a sudden?
No,
I
was
lean over
explaining.
to
I was explaining, Escher, that I took no offense from it, as it's very interesting to explain.
I lean over to Ulaira and say, "This has been going all evening." This is the best part.
It's been
It was
rather
exactly
entertaining.
how
But I mean, I am
expected it to go.
curious. How are you, Blue?
I'm an air genasi.
I've
So-
heard of those. So you can fly, right? Is that true? Is that correct?
Yes.
Fly around and interesting. I mean, could I see if it's not too much trouble?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm just asking.
Wow.
You know,
Wow. Here,
That's
you
fine.
can see me levitate, and I just jump.
He
It's a
is
little
an idiot,
short-lived.
right? You all know this.
Yes.
Yes.
We're aware.
Of course, no one needs to even ask why I'm yellow.
I asked this something like this earlier, but again, I swear on Strahd's honor, there is no one listening but me right now. What do you think of him?
I still
Strahd?
think that's a baited question.
So earlier you asked, what do you think of Barovia? Now you're asking, what do you think of Strahd?
I mean, what do you think of both? I'm just curious.
Barovia is
I-
too cold. I said it.
I'm
I said it.
it's too cold. I mean, I've heard it all. I have talked to so many of. Well, I
So
mean,
the
there's been
previous-
like 4, but a lot of you.
The previous adventurers that got stuck in this realm and invited to dinner, what did they have to say about it? Did they have negative things to say or positive?
I mean, that's neither here nor there. They'd
Well, I
both.
feel like it's a
Kinda
little
is.
here.
The one of them did complain about the cold, like our frog
Mhm.
friend here.
Mhm.
And those that spoke negatively, they didn't happen to meet, I don't know, an ill end by...
Oh, I don't know specifics.
Actually, it's not quite cold. I think it's wonderful here.
I actually, I gotta say, I don't actually think it's cold. I think it's a quite nice temperature here.
Me
Oh,
too.
That's the one thing I like about this place.
I don't mind the temperature so much; it doesn't really affect me anymore.
I wouldn't imagine you would.
But Strahd, the man himself, opinions.
He holds himself very highly.
Well, I've already said I think he's a pedo, so hopefully I don't disappear in the middle of the night, guys.
And I mean, I don't deny it, frankly.
I see a lot of my younger self in that man.
Right after the pedo comment. Right after the pedo comment.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Oh, you are precious, aren't you? I like you. I don't suppose you could stay around. You can't. Can you be turned into a vampire? Do you know?
I don't know.
I imagine so.
It's not
Well,
something I'd want to
actually,
find out.
I mean, I just think you're so much fun. It'd be so
Well.
wonderful to have you around the castle.
Well, I mean,
He was recently found devouring man flesh. So
Oh,
I mean,
so he's
there's-
already
okay.
halfway there.
it was an
Yeah.
Okay,
accident.
hold on.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah.
an accident that you were not so keen or fast paced to do away
Well,
with.
I'm not proud of it.
Yeah. Well, you
but-
still did it. While you weren't proud of it.
I mean, he didn't know.
I didn't know. I didn't. How could
Except
I
for
know?
the fact that
How could I know?
I don't know if you guys forgot, but out of character, remember she still ate, or he still ate them after the fact.
I was
Yeah.
trying to wean myself off gracefully. Thank you.
Wean yourself off of eating flesh gracefully. That's a sentence
They-
I haven't heard before.
They
So
put
no one
something
you
in
know
those
has come back
pies.
from that.
Come on, I have to get some juicy detail just for me, just for myself. I'm very curious.
Juicy details about what? Strahd?
What do you think of Strahd? I can't stop asking.
What do you
Well,
think
as
of
I just
Strahd?
said, he holds himself
Well, I mean,
very
what do you-
highly.
I think he's very handsome.
I think he's.
You might.
Holds himself very high. I mean, wouldn't you?
I think he's extremely confident.
Take them away now, please.
When you've lived as long as he has and defeated as many powerful foes as he has, and you rule everything in this realm, I think confidence is earned.
In his little realm, pocketed away to be forgotten by the rest of the world, where all that know of his influence are hidden within
Okay, but
it.
here's the thing. Do you have a world?
Anyway, with
In his head, he does.
of all of whom
It's an
are in
excellent
it,
question.
are hidden within it, never to be heard from again by the outside world.
Well, I
Do you
mean,
really
you're
think
here.
anyone? Do you really think anyone speaks of Strahd's world
I
outside of this realm?
genuinely don't think he cares if anyone talks of his world or not. I just think he
Okay,
cares
yeah,
that it's
thanks,
his.
Michaela.
He's onto something. I mean, I wouldn't mind being, but I'm already his, so.
Man, Enya, great recruiting here. Let me tell you,
Eh,
potential.
I'm just glad I still have my free will,
It is
which
at
is more
this juncture.
than you can say.
It is at this juncture that Escher perks up and looks at the door and he says, "Ah, I think I hear Rahadin coming back up here." And as you listen a little closer, under the sound of the organ, you hear approaching footsteps up the stone staircase. Creepy bastard. And after a moment, the door opens, revealing Rahadin the Dusk Elf, who says,
You're a poopy head.
That's exactly what he says, yeah. "We are ready for you. Follow me. I will take you to dinner."
Good, I dressed up.
I hop out of my chair and I plod on over to him. And as we're walking, I want to ask him, have you ever had a guest here from the outside world by the name of Isaac?
By the way, as you leave, Escher says, "Goodbye. I hope to see you later. Do consider seeing if you can join us here."
Well,
Goop.
you're too kind.
All right. I know.
I was about to say.
I flex at him as I leave.
You what, Ethan?
I
Oh.
flex at him as I leave. Kinda like
And he goes, "Oh."
It's Drew, by the way.
I thought you said I could call you Coop.
Oh, right. I thought you called me Goop for a minute.
No, good Coop.
Coop is good too.
Do you want me to call you Droog? I can.
Well, it'd be easier for everyone. I don't
All
think
right, I'll
they're
see if I
smart
remember.
enough to
I think-
remember.
I think I'm gonna start calling Drew Coop.
Rahadin cuts off the conversation, says, "Please, let us go.
Ah, okay.
We don't want to keep him waiting."
So anyway, Isaac, you heard of him?
Perhaps.
Of course I know him. He's me.
Yeah. Rahadin leads you all the way back down the stairs. It was pretty tall. Rahadin leads you back down the stairs.
Was this armor genuine? I mean, is that actually protective? Or is it just for decoration?
Let me see. You want to take a closer look at the armor as you pass?
Yeah.
Yes. You look at the armor, make an investigation check.
Oh, okay.
And this is 15? Okay, yeah. And this is because you're like trying to get a quick look at it while you're walking past. If you were inspecting it, I wouldn't make you. But yeah, you can see as you walk by this. This is a full set of plate armor. It's not decorative.
All right. I'm
You
gonna
don't get
thumb
the
to
impression. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like, how much it costs for one of those?
Are you asking Rahadin?
Yeah.
They're not for sale.
Figures.
He looks. He turns to you, raises an eyebrow, and he goes, "They're not for sale." I wouldn't attempt to steal it if I were you.
Oh, really? Because I was about to explain to you how I was gonna go about that.
Amusing.
I thought so.
Oh no.
All right.
This is going great.
This is super great, guys. I'm super
Yeah,
proud of
hold on.
us.
Well, don't go in there just yet. As you descend the staircase again, you hear the organ music getting louder. Rahadin opens the doors to the Great Hall. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls, supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods. Roasted beast basted in savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out, there you go, a thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy.
God, dramatic
Keep
much?
playing. Yeah.
That's how I play piano.
On the left side of the organ, a giant black wolf lays on the ground, gnawing hungrily on a large bone. On the right side sits a white wolf, slightly larger than the other. It seems like it was already watching the door, waiting for you. A slender, dark-skinned woman stands behind the wolf, absent-mindedly petting it. She glances at you as you walk in, and then turns her attention back to the figure on the organ. Rahadin silently gestures to you, indicating that you should sit. And I have a
Well.
picture of this chamber. Because, of course I do. Because
you must.
I must. This is Ravenloft's dining hall, complete with
Whoa.
caped figure.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
That's great.
I love it.
Terrifying.
Where do you all sit? You can all pick
I
your
sat.
places.
I've sat.
And Will.
Oh, yes.
Now is Strahd going to appear from thin air?
What do you think? Who do you think the caped figure
Who do you-
is?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's a cage figure?
Oh my God.
Where am I gonna? I
Yeah,
thought
who's
we were moving our
playing the organ?
characters.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can move
I'll
your
s-
character to sit
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. I'll
Okay,
sit.
I
I'll
thought,
sit
I
here.
thought someone was playing the organ, but then
Alright.
there wasn't a person there in the actual map, and I
Okay.
just forgot that he explained it.
Right.
You all,
Vampires, they can go invisible and whatnot.
you all sit down in silence, out of respect, right?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You all sit down in silence. Rahadin pulling out a couple of chairs for you. The
Oh my
music
God.
continues for a time until perfect timing. Hold on.
My brain was like, what if
There you
he gets up and it just keeps playing because it's one of those pianos that just like automatically plays, so he wasn't even playing.
Yeah. he's, just, he's never played piano before.
I don't know
He's
the
just,
first
like,
thing about
trying
it.
to look-
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song draws to a conclusion, the player drawing out the final chords before an impassioned minor resolution. And as a deep silence falls over the dining hall, he turns slowly towards you. I don't think I need to tell you who it is.
Apparently, you need to tell Isaac.
You might need to tell Brunjorn.
Yeah, I think you should tell Brunjorn.
Brunjorn, do you know who that is? I pointed at him.
No, it's wait, I forgot his name. It's the Burgomaster from Milwaukee. He's still alive. He never died.
Oh, jeez.
He's actually Strahd.
He takes Strahd takes a moment to look over all of you and says, "You have kept me waiting for this pleasure of a proper meeting. I do hope that it will have been worth it." Strahd stands up and walks to the seat at the head of the table, pulling it out for himself and sitting down. He picks up a goblet, holding it out. The dark-skinned woman follows him to the table. Not that one, this one. Takes a bottle from an ice bath on the table and pours a dark red liquid into his goblet. He sips.
Don't want to know what that is.
I think you do.
Well,
I think we already know.
help yourselves. This food was prepared just for you.
So you said there's wine on the table?
Yes, wine.
I tuck in without further provocation.
All right.
Good.
the
I
food
was
is
hoping.
delicious. Like
This
it has
is
been
none of
cooked to
none of this
I'll-
is
I'll
human,
eat.
right?
It's like there's no meat of indeterminate origin. It's like, a full roasted pig and a full roasted chicken and everything.
Well-
So it doesn't seem like he's trying to trick you,
Well,
as far as you
Strahd,
can tell from the obvious.
I
I must admit,
sniff and then I eat.
All
I
right.
was a bit concerned that it would force us to partake in your kind's ceremonial consumption.
What do you take me for? A savage?
A
I am
vampire.
not like one of your people.
It was an irrational
You
fear.
certainly have confidence putting yourself next to me at this table.
I
respect
simply
For
like to
me, it's
fill
not
up-
updating, so I can't see where everyone's sitting, so it's a bit weird. Let me try
Oh.
and refresh the page.
I simply like to fill a room as efficiently as possible. As I was the first one in, it logically makes sense I would be
Oh,
at the
there we go.
farthest end.
to you. Perhaps someone with a more respect, more foresight would have put themselves in the place of dishonor. Oh my gosh! Really?
No, Will was actually late. He had to go to the bathroom. He
and
just
then
sprints in
waited
and sits down.
and then waited for me to bring them into the place of honor rather than taking it for themselves.
Well, if it offends you, I'm sorry. I thought you were busy on the,
Oh,
the old
I'm not
piano.
offended.
Well, you got to say the wine's good.
I'm glad you enjoy it. It's our own special brew from downstairs.
This isn't the same stuff that they have outside the castle, is it?
Oh, from the winery.
Yeah.
No, this is My own. We grow it in the field in the rear of the castle.
Don't you need sunlight to grow plants?
No. I am the land. The plants
Wow.
grow where I want them to.
Right. Keep thinking about fat jokes.
I'd probably let you know it tastes.
I would
like
recommend
mayonnaise or
you do
anything.
not.
The wine is delicious.
Thank you. Here, let me refill your goblet. And a wine pitcher picks up from the table and refills your goblet. Sets back down. Seemingly no one there, to do it.
I shovel more
Oh.
food in my mouth.
Look at that. Mine's empty too.
You can pour your own wine.
Thanks. That was
God
Damn, son.
What have you all been doing this time?
getting overly involved in local politics.
Staging
be honest.
revolutions, coups,
Oh yes, the
murdering
business
people.
in Vallaki.
Yeah.
I've heard about your doings there. Most intriguing.
I mean, with that, I don't know, the guy running it was doing the whole thing to keep your name out of the city.
No, he was trying most admirable effort.
Don't think it worked.
That's for you to decide. It didn't.
No.
No, it didn't. I go where I please.
He's like, no, he's too dumb to get it. I'll say it.
It's basically
Let me explain it to you like you're 5.
So, what has been your experience here? What's your opinions of my lands and my people?
Love it. So great.
If you desire my honesty, I can.
I always desire honesty.
Well, it's a bit dreary.
You control the weather.
I do.
Could you make it less cold?
Ignore him. I'd like the
myself.
cold. It's just fine how it is, actually. I actually really like the
I
cold.
think everyone here is used to it.
I am not.
If you find it displeasurable, I would advise that you grow a thicker skin. I see you
Well-
wearing a jacket.
Yes.
You seem to have figured it out for yourself.
But now no one can see my yellow.
I mean, you are still very yellow, Master Droog.
I'm sorry, it's so funny to me that there's like an intimidating vampire lord, and this frog is just like, but no one can see my yellow, and he's like, you're still yellow. It's so funny. Wow, what a time.
This is brilliant so far. This whole session has been
I love it.
absolutely brilliant.
I must ask,
I'm very
if
happy.
it's not too personal, are the rumors true that the sunlight actually is damaging to vampires? Is that why you keep it so overcast all the time?
There are many reasons I keep it overcast here. I think you'll find that the sun is a less effective weapon against me than you hope.
I just, I miss it a lot. Nice to have
Oh.
around.
Of course you do. I mean, look at you. You practically worship it.
Yeah,
I mean,
more
you
than
could
practically.
take it literally.
I'm honest.
He
I
does.
think that's more literally.
There's a loud crunch from the corner of the room, and you all look over to see that the wolf Omen, as you remember, has cracked the bone that she was eating and has begun digging at the marrow.
That is one fuck of a metal wolf.
Is anyone proficient in medicine or nature?
Oh, I think
I am.
If you're proficient in medicine or nature, you can give me either one of those checks.
I'm proficient in
I have
animal
a
handling.
I have a plus
Not
5
bad.
in medicine.
Never mind, I'm not. I have a +2 in medicine, though.
All
I
right,
have plus 5.
you can give me that check.
Unless Lyra has a +5.
Whoa, nat 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So 25.
it's a human thigh bone.
Lovely.
Well, I feel
And
like I didn't need to roll a 20 to figure that
Yeah.
one out.
I was
Now
just
you
actually
have
about to
confirmation.
gesture over to them, and I was going to say, your dogs, they're not vampires too, are they? Is that
No,
possible?
They're just wolves. The curse, well, the blessing. He said blessing. The blessing can only be passed to those of a sentient persuasion.
Yes, I guess that makes sense. Well, they are rather large as wolves go, I must say.
I mean, your companion surely has shown you already that wolves can be this size and even bigger.
It is quite spectacular and all the same.
Thank
It's
you.
a marvel.
I stare at the wolves, remembering what they did.
Yeah. Magnus, he's just been continuing to observe and look between you all. And Omen, as you start to stare, she immediately, well, after a short period, locks eyes with you and stops chewing on her bone.
I don't like that.
And you
You
hear
say
a
these.
growl start to emanate. Strahd looks at you and then looks at her and says, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
You say
one.
these wolves aren't sentient, but they seem pretty intelligent.
Sapiens.
Sapience is a complicated matter. There is more to it than most people think.
Well, I'll tell you, that dark one seems to have a bit more of an attitude than the other.
Yes, I like uniqueness in my servants. I picked her for her ferocious attitude. She is one of the most ferocious wolves I have ever met myself.
Well, where do you get your supply of blood? I'm hoping it's not going to be from any of us anytime soon.
You're just throwing that one out there?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Question.
There's a lot of people
Young
in this land.
Brunjorn.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people in this land, and I have not yet heard anyone speak of the matter.
I get it from whoever I please, Brunjorn. Be that you, be that anyone in my realms.
Personal taste?
Do
Hot
I have a
take,
preference?
I don't think you should take blood from us.
This is my favorite conversation.
You don't think I should take blood from you, and pray why not?
Out of game, Isaac, did I just hear you ask that and then immediately hold back a chuckle?
Yeah. It's really fun. I like messing with him.
I must say, I do actually have a preference. Gnome blood. It has a very
Really?
sweet taste. Yes.
I haven't
I
seen any gnomes
genuinely
around
did
here.
not know that was a thing.
Are there
I
gnomes
should
in this
hope you
land?
didn't, Enya.
On occasion, not normally, but
I
adventures
imagine
over the last 700 years.
with your appetite, the population must not
I'm
last for long.
most eager to taste this frog's blood. I have never met one like him before, and I don't know what it would taste like.
Are you
can't,
are you able to do that without killing or turning me?
Of course. If you don't mind, would you give me a cup of, or at least a sip of your blood right now?
I take out my
Actually-
froggy switchblade. I down my wine, and then I cut a bit of my arm and let it pour into the cup.
All right.
Be careful with that. It's probably got a bit of a tang.
Nah, it probably tastes great.
You hand it up to him, and he picks it. He sniffs it.
I used my mage hand to hand it to him, by the way.
I hope you
Oh,
got
excellent!
so
He
much.
takes it from you with a mage hand as well.
I hope you got so much slime in that, and then like it just like
Yeah, I mean, some of my
coughing it.
ooze probably dripped in
Yeah.
there as well from my hand.
He takes it, gives it a sip, swirls it around in his mouth a little bit. Very spicy. if I do say so. A bit of a tang. I do. Very unique.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Well,
You ever tried Locathar?
Delicious. Locathar. No, I can't say that I have. I did have a Locathar adventurer in here once, but he
Oh.
didn't last the first day. He suffocated, you see.
Typical.
Kaden. Wait, what? Can we-
How did he even get in here?
He's a fish person.
I just imagine like a fish just like falling out of some water and landing in like the middle of Strahdland.
Just like
They can survive for like 4 hours without oxygen or without breathing underwater. So
Oh.
he didn't last 4 hours. Most unfortunate. He was rotting by the time I managed to find him.
Or it gotta be fresh then.
Unfortunate.
I mean, I would prefer it. Yes. I don't actually need any blood to survive, but
What do you survive on?
So
If
it's
you don't
not a
mind me asking.
necessity.
will.
Oh.
I glanced
Not
at him.
this will.
Your own or
My own
others.
will. Sorry, who else was asking a question? Was that Isaac?
no, Ulaira asked.
Okay, Ulaira, sorry.
Yeah, but you answered it. No, you literally in
okay.
that sentence answered it. Never mind.
All right.
Oh, I do the same thing. I survive on will.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Have
just
you?
have to- if one would want to kill you, they just have to convince you to commit suicide.
Shut the fuck up, Brunjorn.
Brunjorn!
Just kidding.
Ow!
And if I wished
And
to
you
kill
smack
you,
him.
I wouldn't need to do
I
anything.
slap him.
I was joking. Okay.
I would advise you to keep your jokes to yourself.
No, I don't slap him. I kick him very hard underneath the table.
Yeah.
Thank you, Enya. And by the way, as he speaks this to you, your hand flares with pain like it hasn't in a long time. Make a con save to not like flinch.
Oh, I won't flinch, dude. I'm better than that. I ain't gonna flinch.
You say that now.
I got a 21. I ain't flinch. Not even
Okay.
a bit. I
There-
completely normal.
There's you. It takes you by surprise a bit, so your eyes like widen for a second, but you keep a good lid on it. Strahd seems a little annoyed.
After he does that, I'm like, wow, man, this chicken or whatever it is great. Like right after that happened, as if nothing happened. I lick my fingers.
It happens again. Make the same check with disadvantage.
I'm more prepared this time, though.
Disadvantage. It's happening right immediately after.
A disadvantage, okay. I got a 15. I got another 21, but my
Oh my
lower
gosh.
15.
Unfortunately, the DC for this is actually very high.
Oh man.
So, yeah, you flinch with pain from this one. You're like, ah! Strahd, like, smiles to himself and says, your hand hurting you, Brunjorn.
No, I'm just the zest, the chicken, the seasoning. No, I was gonna say, it has been smarting. It's bothering my my combat coordination. It really is getting to be a bit.
Oh,
of
I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you don't accidentally drop your mace at an unfortunate time.
Actually, it's the tip is a morning star.
Your morning star. Well, what's really the difference besides a few spikes? They're both.
Well, that is the
weapons of a
difference.
Barbarian.
Oh,
Of those without culture.
hold on. Oh wait, yeah. Okay. Did you what kind of? I mean, I know you used weapons in your life before. Are you just not appreciative of blunt weapons? You just prefer the edged, or you just not like weapons anymore at all?
Oh, I have more than enough weapons for you.
I meant physical weapons, like
Yes,
edged
physical weapons. I have more than enough for you. Ludmilla. He addresses the dark-skinned woman over his shoulder. She says, yes, my lord. And he says, Would you take Brunjorn downstairs to fetch some more of that vintage that I like?
Scared,
Rid me
bro.
of him for a time. She says,
Ooh.
yes, my lord. Come with me.
Ooh, you
You know, we
displeased
abolished that a
him.
while ago.
Are you making a slavery joke?
No, I'm not actually. I'm not.
Oh my word.
No.
My God.
All right, yeah, well, I'll go with them. I'll
With
let
her.
them
He's like, all right, I'll see myself.
I actually, yeah. No takes. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see.
Rahadin, by the way, has been standing off to the side.
I actually look quite. I hide it mostly, but I'm pretty happy to be able to walk out and get some fresh air.
All right.
This doesn't matter at all, but I want you to know I'm trying to roleplay it, so I want you to know that Ulaira is not eating meat because she doesn't eat meat, so she's picking around.
Is that a Genasi thing?
Roleplay, baby! No,
What?
it's an
I love
Ulaira thing.
It's an Ulaira thing, yeah. All right.
I'll eat all the meat she's gonna have.
Okay, I will go to a separate chat briefly to do this
okay.
little encounter. Yeah. So the door has just closed behind Ludmilla and Brunjorn, and you hear her accented voice annoyedly talking as they walk away.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Strahd says, finally, be rid of him for a time at least. How do you all manage dealing with him on a constant basis?
Personally,
I
I
get
tune
used
him
to
out,
it.
except for
Yeah.
times that I punch him.
Let's just say I've really learned how not to listen to him, so
Honestly, why do you even let him journey with you? Why not just
he's
leave
pretty
him?
handy with a sword.
I
It's
mean,
very
there are
useful.
many who are handy.
He doesn't
with
have a sword.
Being handy with a sword makes him and he doesn't even use a sword. He uses a morning star, a club.
He lets me ride on his back.
I could replace him with one of my retinue for your party if you wished. Someone
He's
who would
somewhat
fill.
less contentious with us than
I'm
with
good.
the others.
He likes to. He's a fan of provoking people, but
He gets the job done, and I like his
he gets
perky
the job
attitude.
done.
He does have a perky attitude.
Perky. That's one word for it. Will, where is the sun sword on your person right now? By the way, have you got it in your backpack hidden?
Yes, for now.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. And I'm assuming the rest of you just have whatever. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I do have Torm's Fury out though.
Yes. Yes. Strahd looks at you, says, "That's a most odd-looking crossbow. I haven't seen many like it. Do you mind if I take a look?"
I glance warily at him. Was a gift of my patron.
Of your patron. Now I'm even more interested than I was before. I would love to see this weapon.
I don't know. No one else has ever handled it.
Well, I would be honored to be the first. I will be most careful. I will return it to you unbroken.
I glance warily at him and move over to this seat and place it on the table, eyeing it very, very carefully.
He reaches for it with his mage hand and picks it up. Do you try to stop this from happening?
No.
Okay. He picks it up and brings it over to himself. He begins inspecting it. He says, "My, it must have been built by a master craftsman. Where did you get this?"
I built it.
You built it. Forgive my disbelief, but you don't seem like the crafting type to me.
Definitely not.
Divine inspiration, I take it then.
Indeed.
My, this is
No, I
very
did not leave my room for a week.
A week. I believe it. Yes, look at this intricate line work here.
Is this the Exorcist theme?
No. It's something similar, though.
It really sounds like it.
Yeah, I actually know I'm very familiar with the Exorcist theme because it's
Tubular bells.
That's
Field,
concerning. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
and I'm a big
No,
fan
yeah,
of Michael.
Ethan's a
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, so you activate it by pulling this trigger here. Yes?
Yes, I would not recommend you do that.
Would it work in my hands, or is it powered by you alone?
I actually don't know.
You don't?
No one else has ever handled it.
Strahd whips the gun around to Magnus and pulls the trigger, firing both barrels at him.
Oh!
You bitch!
And Magnus is going to make a charisma saving throw.
Wow,
I
well,
mean,
I was
that
not
is
expecting
one-
that.
Yeah,
That
me
is
neither.
one charismatic wolf, though. So I think he's good.
He did actually succeed. He rolled pretty high, but it's going to be
1d8.
he takes the blow and does a pretty decent amount of damage.
Oh shit!
To him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the plus on it? Plus charisma, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know what Strahd's charisma is, but
Yeah, I know. I'm about to pull it up. I forgot to pull up his stat block before this.
I hope I'm good. Good thing we won't need it. Hopefully.
All right. Yeah, he
You
takes a
better
decent,
fucking not need it.
he
I was
takes
gonna say.
a pretty decent amount of damage.
I'm in shock.
Yeah. It seems that the tool is entirely separate from the wielder. Magnus, by the way, like flinches back and then like looks at Strahd with insight. Whoever's proficient in insight can make an insight check.
I am not.
Fuck.
Anyone?
Wait,
Anybody
I
proficient
have
in
plus
insight?
2.
I have plus
I-
0.
If you got a little dot, it means you're proficient.
I don't have a dot.
Okay. Wow, none of you are.
No one is proficient. in insight.
Brunjorn
No, just a
proficient in
plus
insight, but
2.
he's not here right now.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
proficient in animal handling.
So he
I
looks at Strahd.
I got a nat 1, so I'm just eating.
He has nothing
Yeah.
to say. He's like,
Notice 2 barrels going off.
Hmm. What a shame that it can't be reloaded right now. Here, you can have it back. I'm most satisfied. He hands it back to you.
I take it carefully and attach it back to my belt, or inspecting it first.
All right, make an investigation check.
Fuck! Why am I so stupid? Doesn't matter. I got a 16.
Strahd has been true to his word. He hasn't modified it or changed it or broken it in any way. The gun itself has not changed. It doesn't have any shots left in it, but
Yes.
still a gun.
Good way to get it unloaded.
A
Sad.
very excellent tool. If you
I nod.
ever are finished with it yourself, I would pay you handsomely to put it in my collection.
As it is a gift from my patron, I doubt I will be separating from it anytime soon.
We will
At
see.
least willingly. I glance at him, side-eyed.
Yeah, we will see how that turns out. No man who's put something in my collection has. Well, no, very few have put it in there willingly. Willingness is not usually one of my concerns. But I would
Child.
not. I would not. I thought you were calling Strahd a child.
Child.
What?
child.
Child.
I would only do so after I stripped it from your cold dead corpse. But I guess in your case, actually, that's going to be rather difficult, isn't it?
A bit.
That's the exact face I make.
How gauche.
How gauche indeed.
May I ask a question, sir?
You may. I welcome
How-
questions.
How is it that Magnus and Omen have come to be your servants?
It's a long story. I'm sure you can understand. I don't go around revealing personal details of my servants. It's rather unbecoming of one such as myself.
They're not
Many.
sentient. They won't know.
It's the principle of the thing.
I swear to God, I will murder you.
He said
What?
that to Strahd.
Yeah.
I put my hand over her mouth.
From across the table
You
on the other
reach all
corner.
the way over there.
I leap across the table.
Mm-hmm. Is everyone enjoying the meal? All of your wine cups are filled. I see.
Yes.
Please drink heartily. It might be some time before you get the chance again to dine in such fine.
It sure is a liquid.
I open my mouth
I
and I
am
just down
aware-
more food.
Okay, yes, I love that. I am aware of how much I'm drinking.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to not get
Yes.
drunk, basically. Yeah. Alright,
Oh,
cool.
I've had okay, I was imagining Ulaira's having one glass. Lindsay has had 2 and is gonna finish off an entire bottle of wine. But Ulaira has had 1 glass
Jeez.
because she has more restraint. Listen, she doesn't work as a medical biller at On How
it's
training
fine.
people.
No
so
judgment here, man.
I say that Brunjorn is sure taking his time bringing me my wine.
Did you enjoy?
But-
well, you
Yeah.
want to be rid of him.
Did you enjoy my my blood? By the way, I'm quite curious.
They're banging.
I did enjoy your blood, Droog.
Ah, thank you.
I'm sure I'll get the opportunity to taste it again.
Well.
Oh, yikes. Goodness.
Oh, I
you
don't
know, I
like
thought
that.
maybe you would get it out of your system. You know, you've tried it. Why try it again?
Don't worry, I would not put you out.
I'm curious as what you meant when you said it might be difficult to strip my dead corpse.
I think you know what I mean, don't you?
I glance
I
at
think
him, or
we all
I
know.
Make a deception check to not
oh, okay.
be obvious, and I'm going to give Strahd an insight check.
Fucking shit.
Strahd looks at you knowingly.
Fuck. I nod, I guess.
Yes.
I just give a glance.
Are you Sithrin? And sorry, everyone. Are you still hungry? I could bring out more courses. How are you guys doing on your food?
I could
I
eat a little more.
I have finished everything in my vicinity.
have eaten.
I've taken a
I've
plate
eaten.
of vegetables and eaten most of it, but I've been eating rather slowly.
Do you have any pie?
Pie. Yeah, there's pie right there on the table.
Oh, how could I have
Whoa.
missed it?
Apple
This
pie.
is everything.
And there is rhubarb pie as well.
I take a whole pie and I put it in front of me.
Okay. Yes, please eat. It was made for you. No one else seems to have taken any of the pie. Are you put off of pie recently? For some reason.
Let's.
Why would
yes,
you ask?
There's.
I'm just curious. None of you have touched any of the pies on my table.
You know what? I don't like pie.
Just not particularly hungry for it.
Not a huge fan. Never
Not
have.
a huge fan. Did
You
your
could ask
pass?
my
What
parents.
did you pass anything interesting on your way here from Vallaki?
Nope.
Make a deception check. I mean, obviously.
Just a meal.
14.
Does not answer because Lindsay does not really know.
You know, I do already know the answer to these questions. There's no reason to try to lie to me.
Oh, fair.
Fair.
I'm
We
just
killed a
making
singular. I think it was a fiend, correct?
One of the night hags.
Yeah,
Which
we
one?
killed one of those.
Do you
3.
know which one?
No, just 1.
I know they're dead.
I think there was the one they called Granny in the village.
Oh, that one. Well, they called all of them Granny, but I know which one you refer to, because there was only one that journeyed out most of the time.
Yes, the one who sold the pies.
It's good riddance.
Well, her pies were delicious.
Wow.
I'm sure you all got the opportunity to try one, did you?
Unfortunately,
I had a potato one.
A potato.
I did not
I
eat
did not
any
eat
pie.
one.
I'm gonna go look back and see who actually did say they eat a pie.
I ate a pie,
didn't.
but I didn't
I
pull
didn't.
anything off.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying you're lying, but I
Okay.
don't remember.
No, I genuinely think Enya and I did not, and
No, we
everybody else
didn't.
did.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not trying to call you liars.
But
Well,
also,
I am.
Lindsay question: did anyone play as me last session?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I got you.
Nice. Okay.
You were
turned
a
You-
cool bear, and
Mhm.
you
Ooh.
roared every time you fought. Like every time you
I
tried, you were
love
like,
it.
"Roar." It was awesome.
I love it. I love it.
I see that some of you are slowing down with your food. Does any of you
I'm
play
not.
any instruments? I would be most excited to do a duet. Wow, where'd the music go?
It was like, nope, no duets.
It's like I'm not here.
I play a little pan flute.
Aw.
Pan flute. I do love the instrument. Would you
So
mind
do I.
being my accompaniment as we
Oh,
play a
you
bit?
insist.
okay, good.
Are you done with your food? I wouldn't want to.
I grab. Is there beer on the table or just wine?
Just wine, yeah. There hasn't been
Okay.
any beer in Barovia.
I grab a glass, fill it up one more time, and then throw it back like a shot. And then I stand up and pull out my pipes.
How many
Doing
glasses
shots
is that
of
for you,
wine.
by the way?
How many is that for me?
Yeah.
Let's say that's a bottle, because I'm
Okay.
a big.
Make a
I'm a
con
big
save.
boy.
Oh my God.
Make a con save.
He's like
He's a
Andre the
growing
Giant. I
man.
think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I am
Well,
now,
we'll hope.
boss. 21.
21. Yeah, you're fine. You're doing
Yeah.
all right.
I've had my limit for tonight. But...
All right. Well,
Daddy
Strahd stands up from the table and gestures to you to join him up at the front. All right. I'm going to cut back to Isaac. As Cithrin and Strahd walk to the front of the chamber, the door opens and Ludmilla walks in with Brunjorn following behind. Ludmilla has a slightly smug look on her face, and Brunjorn, do you want to describe yourself in any way?
I have a very
His shirt is untucked and his cheeks are flushed.
well, I have the best way to explain it is I have an extremely dark face. It's almost exactly like the face I have on my profile picture now. And I'm
Yeah.
sort of staring off into the middle distance.
And he's carrying
Yep.
a bottle.
They fucked.
Like dark, like how?
The fucked a vampire face.
Brooding.
Like upset, sad,
Oh, okay.
very
Dark.
much like
Brooding.
No, like this.
Look
like
at
this.
the face I
Yeah, I
have
was
on
like-
right now. Basically that.
Strahd sees you enter. He looks.
Oh, I got
like-
the vial still.
Yeah, you have the bottle.
All right, it's going to Strahd? Then I'll just toss it to him.
Well, hold on. He sees you enter, and you see maybe a minor look of annoyance pass on his face, and he says, "Put it in the ice bath. I'll drink it at my leisure."
And there's an ice bath on the table.
There is an ice bath on the table. Yeah.
All right, I'll jam it in there as I walk by.
Okay. You're conveniently sitting right next to the ice bath.
Okay.
So, yeah, you do that. With, like, anger? Ferociously?
I just pretty much just jam it in there. Like
All right.
Nice.
when you slam into the ice. Yeah.
Like you just
Strahd
did.
turns to Cithrin and says, "Now, shall we?"
I would like to request that
Yes.
the song that we play is somewhat reminiscent of the Narnian lullaby from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh shit,
Oh,
bro!
Hey.
fuck
What
yeah.
you trying to do to us? Damn.
Yeah.
Trying to make us cry today? Listen,
I'm
I'm
just,
not
Alright.
I'm
asked for this.
just sitting back
Always.
with my fingers crossed, not touching my
Mhm.
plate.
I had to close Astral
Was it
because
getting
it
slow?
was draining my computer. My computer like won't charge
Oh,
if I'm gonna try and join it on my phone.
Just visualize it.
Okay.
You don't even need
Yeah,
to
that's fine. All right.
Okay, yeah, I'll visualize it in my brain that can't fucking visualize, unlike apparently every single goddamn one of you. Yeah, fuck you.
I literally have a perfect 4K quality VR tour of Strahd in my brain at all times. Of the Ravenloft, I mean.
Strahd
I
says to
didn't know this. I didn't know people could fucking see in their brains. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. Continue.
I didn't
I'm
know
sorry.
people couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Strahd
So-
turns
Who is that
to
song?
Cithrin and says, "You lead, I'll follow your melody."
I start playing this.
Mm,
But you got a
Shit,
flute.
you
love
found
this
the real
song.
one. Shit.
I'm good.
That was awesome.
Everything kind of falls quiet for a moment. Even Omen stops crunching on her bone.
Before I start to play, I kind of like I do a thing, or I get really quiet, close my eyes, center myself, and it seems like I'm almost like retreating backward in time.
Nice. Yeah.
Is he playing?
And then
the
I start
flute?
playing.
Yes,
Yes.
he's playing the pan flute.
Okay.
You wouldn't have heard this conversation,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, then so I'll just take a moment.
Cithrin, why are you trying to make us feel things?
This
I
is
did not
just the
ask
music that I know.
Feel today.
Strahd begins layering.
It's the only
chords.
song that fucking Brunjorn or Cithrin knows.
Yeah, Strahd starts layering in chords underneath the melody, accenting and expertly playing along with you just by ear.
Don't drop anything.
Ethan, make a performance check with proficiency.
I think this is literally the only performance check we've had in the entire
And
campaign.
advantage. Yeah.
With
Wow,
proficiency?
You don't do anything.
Yeah, so just make a performance check and then add 3 to it.
Okay.
Because you're proficient in the pan flute. And you can do so with advantage, yeah.
Okay.
He's
Well, I rolled two
proficient in the
sevens.
pan flute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
What
have
the fuck?
inspiration if you want.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to
burn
use
them.
that.
Alright, you can roll with advantage
He's,
again.
he's just our sneaky musical barbarian. What's the problem?
I'm
I
going to
love
take
it.
that 17.
That 17, yeah, okay. Yeah, it sounds really good.
Nice.
Like, this is clearly something that means a lot to Cithrin, I guess. I don't actually know. It does it?
It does.
Okay, yeah. And
Apparently, I cannot join Astral on.
you can if you load the desktop version of the site, which you can do if you know how. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is an extended version, so it's just going to keep repeating. You are all swept away by the melody for a time, and then it ends very abruptly. No.
Can you just let me know if I need to be in Astral?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. And this, it goes on for like an awkwardly long amount of time.
Because Cithrin won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it gets to be one of those situations where like Strahd and Cithrin are clearly enjoying themselves, lost in the music, and then Cithrin's not sure if he should stop because Strahd is having such a great time playing with him, and so he keeps playing.
I'm just like,
I think I'd like to say for myself, I look up one time to just try to gauge what he's doing, and then clearly he's still into it. And so I just like go back into that sort of trance state, and then I don't really come out of it again until.
All right. After a few minutes of play, Strahd looks up at you as he's bringing the chords to a resolution that you can tell, and he like nods to you, and is a symbol to conclude. You do.
Ends with that sound.
It ends with that sound exactly, and this
No
is
one
what I
knows
had.
how they make that sound on a pan flute.
This is what I had. I'm gonna just go ahead what I played as what I had as backup in case Ethan didn't have anything in mind, just for fun, because it's cool. But yeah,
That is cool.
yeah. There's not a lot of flute and organ combo music.
You don't say.
Yeah, but Strahd turns to you and says, "Thank you, Cytherin. That was most enjoyable. You are very good with your instrument."
Thank you.
You
I
may
nod.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just saying I nod and start heading back to my seat.
Omen, by the way, as you like get up and start walking away from her, she like snarls at you as you pass. Do you flinch or anything? I'd imagine you probably flinch. You sure?
Wait.
No.
She snaps, like does like an aggression gesture at you, you know, like a dog angry snarl snap.
Like, Cytherin's fucking huge, bro.
I'm gonna say actually, and I'm not just saying this to be a badass. I look at her and I almost look like I'm kind of like restraining myself from doing like an assertive, like return gesture.
Yeah.
And then actually just return to my seat.
All right.
Cytherin just stops and goes.
You swear.
Oh my god, babe! Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks.
Wait, what?
Twin Peaks.
You swear, by the way, that for a split second, as right before you turn away, it almost seems like she's smiling at you, grinning. Strahd sits back down. Cytherin sits back down in the same place, I presume. Ludmilla goes over and starts petting Magnus. Strahd picks up the wine. He like checks it out, looks inside of it. Eyes Brunjorn. He pours himself more into. Well, actually, he'd probably have Ludmilla do that. Yeah. So Ludmilla, he checks it out, hands it to Ludmilla. Then Ludmilla pours him more into his goblet because
you're talking about the vial.
It wasn't a vial. It was like a wine bottle.
Yeah, bottle that I brought up.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that wine bottle. Yeah. Ludmilla pours it up for him, puts it back in the ice bath, and goes to go pet Magnus and Strahd.
I want to take
the step.
I want to take my mirror shard out that I got from Balaki and point it over towards Strahd, like trying to do it like kind of like sneaky. Not
Make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. I got a 13.
Yeah, Strahd sees you do that, but he doesn't seem to mind.
Okay.
Strahd has no reflection in your mirror shard.
I pointed towards Omen.
He smiles at you. Omen has a reflection.
And
And when you do that, you look at her in the mirror shard, and she like looks up and looks directly into your eyes through the mirror.
I pointed away from Omen. Then I pointed towards Magnus.
Magnus has a reflection, but Ludmilla, who is standing right next to him, does not.
Love it.
Rahadin.
Rahadin? Yeah. Rahadin does have a reflection.
What?
Strahd
Rahadin was a
says,
vampire?
"What's your findings, Master Droog?"
Wow. According to my discovery, it appears as though you have no reflection, as Ludmilla does not as well.
Well, I mean, we are vampires. We don't
Thought
have
that was a
reflections.
myth.
I mean, I thought you would know that, but I guess that's asking too much of you, isn't it?
Excuse me, I am just testing what I have heard because I do not believe anything at face value.
That's wise.
Ah, yes, it is.
That's a point in your favor. I think there is hope for you yet.
Well.
Now, Enya, Brunjorn, last we spoke, I asked you to do something for me. Do you remember what that was?
No. Can't rightly remember.
Off the top of my head, I do not remember.
If you want a hint, you can make a history check.
I'll make a history check real quick.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Oh! Yes.
Looking at your
Yes,
notes.
I remember. I know nothing about that man.
So you do remember,
Yes.
and you don't know anything about him. You haven't met
Nothing
him. You haven't
further.
found him.
Nothing of interest.
What a shame.
Yes.
I would.
Unfortunately.
Very
Yeah.
much like to meet him.
As would we. We've been looking for him.
Oh, would you? Why are you
Yes.
so interested in him? If
Well,
I may
we've-
ask.
We've heard a decent amount about him.
And please, no lies.
I'm saying we've heard a decent amount about him, and we thought he would be an interesting person to talk to.
About what?
The country at large.
I'm sorry, I missed something. Who
Really?
are we talking about?
We don't.
Oh, you don't-
I don't think we know.
Yeah, you don't.
Only
I
Enya
will
knows.
turn to the group and say that we are speaking
And yeah,
of
please, between us.
I would prefer if my companions knew. It would make me more comfortable having this whole conversation. I don't like when I keep them in the dark.
That's really what you want?
Yes.
Tense.
I don't think that's exactly what she wants.
I think it's what I want. Why do you think they know what I want? I know what I want.
Now that Brunjorn doesn't want it, I really do want you to tell them.
We are speaking of the man Van Richten, who we have been looking for quite some time.
Oh, well, not really looking, just keeping an eye out.
When did you first hear about him? I know I
Uh.
told Brunjorn and Enya, but the rest of you?
I believe we heard something of him in Kresk. I can't remember why or who
Yes.
from.
In
If I
Kretsk.
remember correctly, it was Kresk.
The people in Kretsk barely leave their homes. How would they
The
have?
abbot spoke of him once or twice when we visited him.
Ah, the abbot.
I can't remember what their business was, but it's not important to me.
I doubt he spoke of Van Richten. He barely remembers the difference between any of you.
Doubt whatever you will.
Make a deception check, by the way, for saying that it was the abbot, because that's a lie.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, it wasn't the abbot.
Oh, well, I mean, if Brunjorn genuinely
Roll a
thought he
deception.
did, there is really no deception there.
Yeah, because he didn't
Well,
know.
if
Brunjorn
Brunjorn,
probably would have remembered.
yeah,
I don't
Brunjorn
know.
probably would have remembered that he didn't.
I don't know. Alec, Isaac, and Brunjorn are. There's not a ton of difference there.
Yeah, I try to keep in character at all times, and things slip out of my mind.
Okay, if you think that
Even
Brunjorn
when
would
he's, like,
genuinely
doing
think that it
DoorDash.
was the abbot who said that, then that's fine.
Okay.
But Strahd doesn't believe you. In case you're wondering about the fact that he said, "I don't believe you."
Yeah.
How
Thank
is
you for
the abbot,
clearing
by
that
the
up.
way, these days? I haven't seen him
He's
for
shit.
a while. Is that what you actually say?
I can't honestly remember his attitude.
I remember him being kind of difficult to deal with.
Ah, that's not inaccurate. He does very much believe in his prodigy, I don't know, whatever. That word. He does believe
Yeah.
in his plan
Yeah,
to save people.
he was rather adamant.
Did you meet the woman?
Uh-huh.
Woman, of course, being a very inaccurate term for the thing.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
What was your
I think-
opinion? You did. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
sorry.
a flesh golem that the abbot was stitching together.
He's making.
Oh, yeah, that thing was
he's making
horrifying.
That. I
Forest
didn't
Strahd
remember
to
it
like
being.
to look like
Yeah.
Strahd's wife or whatever. Or Strahd,
Yep. Yeah.
her wife.
That's
his
right.
wife.
I did not like her. She unsettled me.
Of course she did.
Unnatural.
And the rest of you?
Well, I would say the same.
I couldn't really tell the difference between her and all the rest of you.
Then you're very much like the abbot.
I love Drew.
I have a question for each of you. If you don't mind me asking, I think I'll just go around and ask each one of you. I think we'll
Would there
skip.
be any
Brunjorn.
difference if I did mind? Oh, well, there you go.
I mean,
No.
I will ask. You do not have to answer. I think we'll come to Brunjorn last and go on to Enya. Enya, what did you do before coming here? How did you end up in these lands? Story.
One too many an argument with a family member,
Ah, family. They can
actually.
be very difficult
And
to deal with.
yeah, then I decided to leave, and I've been here ever since, running around trying to get a name for myself, a new life. And then I met up with these wonderful, wonderful people. With some minor exceptions, we've had some good adventures together.
Ah, and how did you come to be here?
Through what we believed at the time to be a haunted house, I suppose would be the best way to describe it, that I suppose trapped us here.
Oh, you were trapped here before that house. And the house you speak of, it's very handy as a filter. Lesser adventurers typically don't make it through, and I don't need to worry about them. Unfortunately, this one made it through. He wants to be.
I love how like antagonistic he is against Brunjorn. It's
Yeah.
very funny.
It's my favorite.
Well, very interesting. Droog, how about you?
Oh, well. Like you, I was a ruler of sorts. But, you know, it gets boring after a while, so you gotta go out and make your own way. See the world for yourself.
I truly don't know what to make of you.
None of us do.
I don't know if you simply believe your own fantasy to the point where it's indistinguishable from a lie that you tell yourself, or if you're simply insane.
Well, that's my story.
That's your story. I suppose I will have to accept it. Ulaira,
Yes.
how about you? What's your story?
I was running from my past and found this kind of stumbled into this group of adventurers, and I'm just trying to do something with my life to make up for things that have been done in the past.
That's very tragic. I'm sorry. I hope that you will find some resolution within yourself.
I thank you.
And I presume that you were with all of these when you all became trapped here, yes?
Yes.
How interesting.
And Cithrin, now to you.
I was hunter.
A hunter.
That's all you're gonna say.
That's all you have to say. Is that it?
That is all I have to say.
He's a
Understandable.
man of few words. Oh my god.
I believe there is more to your story yet.
There is. I'm not going to share it with you.
I recognize the weapon you keep as well.
Oh, yes?
Both of them, actually. That spear. I knew the man who wielded it originally. How did you come across it?
It was given to me.
Given to you? By whom?
I presume the man that you knew.
The man that I knew. Well, the man that I knew is long dead.
Well, I was inside a barrow at the time.
Interesting. Was this at the hill?
It was.
It was. He deemed you worthy then. Interesting.
So he said.
And your sword, it's weirwood, yes? I've seen
It
a few
is.
of them before. They're not common. Have you made this one yourself?
I did. I formed it. I formed it myself. I did.
Really? Well, do you mind if I take a look? Closer.
Very well.
Alright. You get up and hand it to him.
Yeah.
He takes it into his hands and gives it a good old look over. He says, "This is how." So describe it. How well done is it? What kind of stuff we got going on here? What are we working with?
It is as far as weirwood swords go. It's pretty much top tier. Cithrin is a has the skill of woodworking and spent a lot of time on it, as it was a very personal and meaningful gesture to himself to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I sent a sketch of it to the chat at one point. It's kind of got that wavy blade, and it doesn't have any crossguard or anything, and it's that sort of silvery greenish kind of dark wood.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a sheen of kind of just well handled oiled wood.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did
Yeah,
you
Strahd.
you sent it to the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Oh, I don't remember that.
There's a sketch of it is
Mhm.
actually in the notebook next to you, actually, babe.
Oh my fucking god. Incredible.
And Strahd takes it and looks at it and he says, "Well, it's a reasonable effort."
Oh, damn.
You said you were familiar with them.
Ulaira looks offended.
Okay. What'd you say, Ethan?
I thought you said you were familiar with this kind of weapon.
I very much am.
Hmm.
You can have this one back. And
Very
again,
generous of
same
you.
offer as I gave to Will. If you ever want to part with it, I will have a place for it in my collection.
When I die, this sword will be broken.
As you say. He hands it back to you.
That is one fuck of a metal etching. Is this it?
That is it.
It's very cool. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, that's sick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome, bro.
And Will,
Yes.
what about you? I'm sure your story is most intriguing.
My past is shrouded. Not something I even entirely know myself.
That's understandable.
I do.
Have a nice day.
Yes. It's not something I speak of frequently.
Would you mind speaking of it now? Just a little.
I glance around.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really, really not, subtly shake my head. Really subtly.
Make a sleight of hand check. Just shake your head. Yeah. With advantage, because Strahd is looking at Brunjorn.
Okay,
Will.
good.
Yes.
My first roll.
Will.
Oh, both my rolls were 3s.
Okay.
Oh, no.
It was
Yeah,
more,
your braids like rattle as you're doing it.
it's more of a it's not like a don't do it. It's more of a woe is the world. Like oh geez, like a
Okay.
yeah.
But your Strahd's like, or your Strahd's, your braids like
Mhm.
rattle as you're doing it. Strahd glances at you for a moment, but doesn't address it or anything.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at Will. I'm just looking down.
Will.
I'd rather not.
As
It's all
you
the same
Like
to
that
you.
the music like stopped there for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Now we come to Brunjorn. How have you ended up here?
Well, you see, I was right socks one evening, and
Strahd kills you.
I was with my mates, and
End
I
of game.
made a bet with one of them.
Strahd just one shots you.
That's a good way to end the campaign, guys. Way to
Yeah.
go. We really
Strahd
did
kills
it.
you
We
all
really did it.
immediately in one go.
We tried our best.
I stay silent for slightly longer. I've got nothing interesting to say about myself that I'd like to share.
No. Of course you don't.
Oof.
Well, this has been a very interesting evening. I'm sure you'll all agree.
Agreed.
Tell me, where
Very
do you
interesting.
plan to head from here once you leave?
Up your ass and around the corner.
Strahd kills you! Oh
I
my
do.
gosh. It's pretty good.
Oh my god, that was so unexpected.
Yeah. I love that this is like all happening inside of Brunjorn's head.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
pretty much
filter.
it's just what I wish I could say right now.
Yeah.
I like that
You're asking around
there is a part of Brunjorn that is restrained.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently, I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm doing. You don't know how much work I'm doing to vet all my responses right now. I'm holding it back.
All right.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
What do you actually say?
I don't know that we've decided.
Don't you? You must have some kind of plan. You haven't come here with no ulterior motives in line, of course.
I try to look as much like an angel as possible.
Oh,
Yes,
froggy angel.
We were
I,
quite interested in
Slightly bat my eyelashes.
At Strahd?
Yeah, get him.
Get him.
Get him.
Yes.
Strahd gives you a level look.
Oh.
His dark red eyes like glint for a moment.
I look over at
Oh, no.
Droog and wink.
I'm just like, yeah.
I don't know what is going on.
We can both be innocent here. Listen.
Oh, I do know that you all visited the old mansion on the mountain. How was your time there? How are they doing? Grim as always.
Oh,
Very.
I'm talking about the castle.
Yes, I see you made it out of there in one piece.
No thanks to the 3 idiots in our group.
Let's keep that private.
No,
shall we?
quite a bit of me was lost in the castle. I'm afraid I am no longer
We
one
had
piece.
no trouble.
No trouble. Ah,
No trouble.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I
There
haven't
was
been
some
there in a while
spiders.
myself. After I killed the dragon and destroyed the place, I didn't see much need to let them stew in their own filth as long as they wish.
Well, they seem to be doing very well at that.
Really? Well, that's good news. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So, yes, ulterior motives. What are
Yeah,
they?
well, if I'm honest, we kind of came here to scout out the castle. We were looking to take it over,
No,
before.
Are you legitimately saying this? You got to be honest.
No,
with me now.
no.
Okay.
No, I'm saying it as a joke. Just
Jokingly to Strahd.
yeah, because he's asking for ulterior motives, and so I'm giving him a fake one to be funny.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, Strahd looks at you and he's actually a little angry now. He slams his hand down on the table and says, "Will you stop?" And I need you to make a
Shit, bro.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit, bro.
I'm saving. Okay, yeah. I got an 18. All good.
You don't know what Strahd's DC is.
If it weren't for the fact that Brunjorn is like, a fucking tank, I'd be like, I would not be shocked if he's the first one of our party to die just by pissing someone off.
Yeah.
I simply jest. I jest.
Okay. Oh, that's the wrong dice.
Good joke, Mark.
When Strahd looks at Brunjorn, you see a withering energy come out from him and latch onto Brunjorn, who did not beat the DC of the check, by the way.
Oh.
Lovely.
And takes...
Oh, I'm taking damage for this?
Boy.
Oh yeah, you're taking damage from this.
Oh,
It was just a joke, bro.
shit.
Bro, it was a
It
joke.
was! It was just
Bro,
a
it's a
joke!
joke,
I was
bro.
kidding. He
Bro.
asked for ulterior
Bro.
motives.
Bro,
It's a joke, bro.
It's just a
no,
prank,
bro.
It's just a prank.
Stop, bro.
Joke, bro.
Joke, bro.
Bro, chill.
Takes 35 damage, necrotic damage.
Holy
Shit,
Wow,
bro.
okay.
That's a lot of damage.
Almost died because of
That's a lot of
pissing
damage.
someone off.
How many
got-
health
you got-
points do you have?
You got a little lucky as
52.
well, by the way.
Oh,
Just
shit.
letting you know.
I feel like that was a pretty poor reaction to a well-meaning joke. I mean, you did ask.
Yeah, you by the way, you feel just the the life energy being drained out of you, like a let's see, yeah, just necromantic mantle settles on you and just pulls your life force out. Your cheeks look gaunt for a moment, and you shrivel up for
Mentally,
a moment
I
as the
feel
spell
no
takes effect.
different. I'm gonna use Stone's
That's
Endurance
not
on it.
true.
Definitely true.
You're gonna what, Isaac?
I'm gonna just use Stone's Endurance on it. I'm gonna harden.
Okay, let me double check that real quick.
It's damage dealt to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you can reduce that by whatever.
And I rolled a 10, so that's 13 damage reduction.
13 damage. Okay, so you resist 13 of the 35 necrotic damage.
And I keep a straight face.
I'm going to tell you right now that you don't immediately. That was what the Constitution save was for. If the spell takes full effect, then you visibly are affected by it in a negative way. If you had passed the check, then yeah, I would have let you. But you didn't. So you wither in front of Strahd for a moment, as and you see his skin harden up for just a second.
I take my massive fist and I grab his head and I just squish it. No, I was kidding.
I don't
Okay.
think
Yeah, that's.
I'm simply gigantic.
Strahd kills you.
Brunjorn says, "How many times do I have to teach you this lesson?"
Strahd says that, or Brunjorn?
Strahd. Did I say
Yeah.
Brunjorn?
I'm
Strahd.
literally
I
the new enemy.
I just stand up.
Brunjorn. Yeah.
I stand up and I look
I
surprised.
put. He looks at the rest of you. He says, "I put the responsibility for this on you. If you cannot keep him under control, I will hold you responsible." Is that clear?
I have never done anything
Very
wrong
clear.
in my entire life.
And yet you can do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
gross.
Ugh.
Everyone at the table makes a face.
Strahd like sits back and settles himself for a moment and says, And Brunjorn, by the way, is still, as long as the hit points are missing, is still looking a little withered. And a little skinny, a little weak, a little gaunt. He says back and he says, I invite you all to have a look around my castle. I would give you the tour, but I don't think I could stand another moment in this one's presence without killing him. It's for your protection, I assure you. Once you are through those doors, you may wander as you wish and see what sights there are to see. But I will warn you that the castle is not safe for the likes of you. So wander at your own risk.
Well,
Rahadin then walks to the doors and opens them to you.
Can I ask, why would you want us to look around your castle? What do you gain from our seeing this?
Do you really expect me to answer that question?
No, I don't. I don't. I never do.
Shot.
All I'll say is this. You all are very entertaining, and I would not wish the entertainment to end sooner than, well, what's the word? Sorry, I got stumbled
Quite
over
so
my own
soon.
words. Quite so soon. There you go. So please, entertain me. Any gestures out the door.
Feel icky.
Well, I don't much fancy being a piece of entertainment for a scary vampire lord, so should we leave?
I think we should leave.
Did you never
I
take
want to
theater
look
class?
for
Goodness.
Argynvost's skull.
I
Yes.
don't know. I
Say
mean,
that
like,
out
yeah,
loud so
but
that
I
he
don't know
knows.
that that's a good
I
idea.
doubt that's a good
No,
idea to take
guys,
it right now,
guys,
but
guys,
yes, I would like to
yeah.
do the same.
He just invited us to look through the castle. I mean, we have free reign. Why would we not take up that offer?
You guys are
Realistically,
all
not.
exchanging like meaningful looks across the
That's
table
what we're
at
Yeah,
each
this is all
other,
happening
trying to decide
telepathically.
what's going on. Yeah.
I just get up and
I'm
leave to
already
start
standing,
looking.
Okay.
so I just
Yes.
plot. I push my chair in,
All right.
like I've been told by my
Going
Oh,
to,
fucking
we'll stay with
mother.
as
Citron.
they're leaving,
As
I'm
I
going to
stand
say
up
thank
straight.
you for your hospitality this evening.
Thank you,
I
Ulaira.
turn and give a sort of like half bow, and you've been a most gracious host.
And you have been a most
Thank you.
gracious guest.
Got any healing potions?
I just give him a head nod, but like a respectful one, a respectful head nod.
He makes a gesture with his hand. Magnus, Omen, Ludmilla, and Rahadin are all watching you walk out the doors.
I give
That's not
Rahadin
ominous.
a bro nod. Okay.
He doesn't respond.
as
Um,
as we get outside, I want to be like, yeah, so I pretty much saved your guys' life because when he was talking about people being entertaining, obviously that's me. He would have killed you guys if I weren't here. You're
right,
welcome.
You're right. I
What-
pat
what-
him on his backpack and say, "You're right, Drew."
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
using-
Hold on. Before any of this happens, I will tell you what happens as you actually leave.
Okay.
As you leave, Rahadin like comes around the door and begins closing it, and the other one. You see Strahd, Ludmilla, Magnus, and Omen all still watching you. As Rahadin is about to close the brass doors fully, Strahd raises his glass to you and smiles fully showing his vampire fangs.
Oh,
The
Well,
doors
that's not creepy as shit.
Terrifying.
close with an ominous boom. And at the same time, the lights go out.
Of course
Oh!
they do.
Oh,
Of course they do.
no!
Because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't
I
they?
have dark vision,
Spooky.
so
I do
I'm
too.
I have a
totally fine.
spell for dark vision.
I also have dark
added
vision.
that.
And that's where we're going to pick up next week, by the way. That's the end of this session.
Darkness crept in around the party, further trapping them in Strahd's labyrinthian castle. While their goals did indeed lead them further into the castle, they couldn't help but wonder what ulterior motives Strahd had by allowing this unrestricted expedition.